Hi, I'm Andy Marks from the Centre for Western Sydney, and the moment has arrived. The federal election has been called and Western Sydney gets to decide. This is 10% of the country's population, so what happens in Sydney's west will influence the outcome nationally. We're talking to people around the region, students, experts, about the issues that will matter and unpacking the key things that will influence decisions on the part of voters as they go into the ballot box. We hope to understand politics a little better in Western Sydney, and we hope to understand just what a sophisticated region Western Sydney is. Thank you, and hope you enjoy the ride. What do you think are going to be the big issues motivating younger people in Western Sydney? So if we take out the various party platforms and we think about what is it? Is it housing? Is it wages? Is it healthcare, education?
100%.
What are the key things?
It's a mix of all of those. I think the biggest one would be cost of living. I mean, our parents have come to this country or have grown up in this country with the Australian dream. Being able to get that house and get a wonderful job. For us, achieving that Australian dream has become harder and harder every single day, and we can see that in the increase of interest rates for housing, seeing that the shortage of housing, crazy amounts of weekly rent numbers, right? So for us, it's not an Australian dream anymore. It's just this need for survival.
What keeps you awake at night in terms of the big challenges in media literacy and in civic participation? What are you most apprehensive about, but then also what are you most hopeful about? I'll start with you, Pip.
All of the research, I think, points towards a cohort of young voters who desperately want a parliament and politicians who can really tackle the big issues, who will address climate change, who will deal with intergenerational inequality, and who will have some strategies for managing those cost of living pressures that they're experiencing right now. I think the biggest concern that I've got is that we have candidates that cannot grapple with those problems, that will not speak directly to young people and take up that challenge.
I really don't want our society to become more divided, and social media really plays into that because engagement is very tied to emotion. Fear really sells, it brings power and it brings money, and that's a real concern to me. So in fact, most Australians want the same things, and we recognise that inequality is not good. So my concern is that politicians will play into polarisation because it brings them influence and power, and we can already see that. What brings me hope is that most Australians don't want that. Actually, they want to be making informed decisions based on fact, and they want more media literacy support. They want trusted media. So we don't want that polarisation. I just hope that we really move forward with holding social media platforms to account and also delivering the media literacy that people need across their lifetime.
There are many different communities in Western Sydney, and sadly people outside Western Sydney put them all in one big bundle, and that's just not how it is. And that's part of the wonderful character of this part of the world.
A lot of the people, when I've gone door knocking, they're exasperated with the lack of accountability, with the fact that government just don't really look after the people, no matter which party is in power, and they feel that they have not been heard.
It should give people confidence about the way forward. Well, I think you've seen in the last 3 budgets that this government has delivered a real commitment to supporting people with these challenges, and as the Treasurer has said, that commitment gives you a pretty good clue for the future.
So we're at Parramatta Square, where we've just seen a debate for 3 candidates who will feature very prominently in this federal election: Di Lee, Andrew Charlton and Angus Taylor. And they all made Western Sydney's economy, cost of living, health access and infrastructure key issues, and made some big commitments around how they're going to stand up for this region.